SQLite is a fast and lightweight embedded single-file DBMS in C, which does not have a server and allows you to store the entire database locally on one device. SQLite does not require any third-party libraries or services to run. The term embedded means that the DBMS does not use a client-server paradigm. The SQLite engine is not a separately running process with which the program interacts, but a library. The program is linked with it, and the engine serves as an integral part of the program. Function calls API of the SQLite library are used as the exchange protocol. A database is a collection of structured information. To change it, a control system is required, a DBMS. Like any DBMS, SQLite allows you to record new and query existing information, change it, and configure access. Thanks to the properties of SQLite, it is used on sites with low and medium traffic, in local single-player, mobile applications or games that are not designed to scale, in programs that frequently perform direct read-write operations to disk, in applications for testing business logic. SQLite requires no administration and works on mobile devices, game consoles, TVs, drones, cameras, car multimedia systems, etc. The DBMS uses many programs: Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Skype, XNView, AIMP, Dropbox, Viber, and others. Most DBMSs use a client-server architecture. Data is stored and processed on the server, and queries are sent to it by the client. The client is the part of the program with which the user interacts. A server can be a separate process on the same computer, the so-called daemon, or a third-party device, as is the case with websites. SQLite is designed differently and does not have a server. This means that the software stores all data on one device. The DBMS is built into the application and works as its integral part. If you install a program that uses SQLite on your computer, the database will also be stored on it. The database format is one text file that can be read on any platform. This approach increases productivity and speed. You can work with SQLite as a library or through SQLite 3. SQLite 3 is a console utility for working with SQLite from DBMS developers. It starts and works on the command line in the operating system console. You can download versions for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. In terms of functionality, SQLite 3 is a client program for client-server applications. With its help, you can enter and send queries to the database, create, modify, get, or delete a table. The difference is that it does not access a separate server process, but rather the SQLite engine built into the application. You can write SQL code in SQLite 3. The utility will send a request to the kernel and receive and display the result. SQL is a query language that experts use to issue commands to manage a database. SQLite is a DBMS software that supports this language. A person working with SQLite will use the SQL query language to access the database. But the DBMS itself is much broader than just a wrapper for the language and provides many other functions. Take a look at the benefits of SQLite: high speed, storing data in one file, minimalism, reliability, zero configuration, small size, availability, cross-platform, autonomy. And also, there are disadvantages of SQLite: limited support for data types, lack of stored procedures, restrictions on use, lack of free technical support, lack of built-in Unicode support, While SQLite is renowned for its speed and efficiency, understanding its performance characteristics is crucial for developers to make informed decisions about when and how to use it. This section delves into performance considerations, highlighting scenarios where SQLite excels and identifying situations where alternative database solutions might be more appropriate. So let's decide when SQLite shines. Read-intensive applications. SQLite performs exceptionally well in scenarios where the application primarily reads data. Its architecture allows for fast data retrieval, making it ideal for read-heavy applications such as content delivery systems and local caches. Embedded applications and devices. Due to its lightweight nature, SQLite is perfectly suited for embedded systems and devices with limited resources, such as IoT devices, smartphones, and portable electronics. Desktop and mobile applications. SQLite's serverless architecture and ease of setup make it a great choice for standalone desktop and mobile applications that require a local database without the overhead of running a separate database server. Prototyping and testing. The simplicity of SQLite makes it an excellent tool for prototyping applications and testing database schemas and queries due to its ease of deployment and configuration. Choosing the right tool for the job. Deciding whether SQLite is the right choice for your application involves weighing its benefits against its limitations. For small to medium-sized applications with moderate concurrency and write load, SQLite offers an excellent balance of simplicity, efficiency, and ease of use. However, for applications with high concurrency demands, large-scale data storage needs, or complex transactions, exploring alternative database solutions is advisable. By carefully considering the specific requirements of your application and understanding SQLite's performance characteristics, you can make an informed decision that ensures the scalability, reliability, and efficiency of your project. Ensuring the security of data stored within SQLite databases is paramount for developers. This section explores key security practices that should be considered when using SQLite, covering encryption, protection against SQL injection, and other best practices for safeguarding data. SQLite databases are stored as plain files and do not include encryption by default. However, securing sensitive data is crucial. SQLite Encryption Extension, SE. An official extension provided by the SQLite developers that adds 256-bit AES encryption to SQLite databases. SQLcipher. An open-source extension to SQLite that provides transparent 256-bit AES encryption of database files. It's widely used and supported across multiple platforms. Implementing database encryption is essential for applications handling sensitive information, ensuring that data at rest is protected from unauthorized access. SQL injection attacks are a common threat to any application interfacing with databases. SQLite applications are not immune and should be designed to prevent such vulnerabilities. Always use parameterized queries or prepared statements when executing SQL commands. This practice ensures that input data is treated as parameters rather than executable code, effectively neutralizing SQL injection attacks. Rigorously validate and sanitize all user inputs. Ensure that inputs conform to expected formats and ranges before incorporating them into SQL queries. Best practices for data safety. Implement robust access controls in your application. Ensure that only authenticated and authorized users can access or modify the database. Maintain regular backups of the database to prevent data loss from corruption, hardware failures, or security breaches. Keep detailed logs of database access and changes. Audit trails can help in detecting unauthorized access and understanding the impact of any security incidents. SQLite is not only a lightweight and easy-to-use database management system, but also supports a range of advanced features that extend its capabilities far beyond basic data storage. This section explores some of these advanced features, including full-text search, window functions, and the JSON1 extension, providing readers with a deeper understanding of what SQLite is capable of. SQLite offers an optional full-text search, FTS, module that allows users to perform complex queries against text data. These queries can include words or phrases, prefix searches, and even natural language processing. FTS is incredibly useful for applications that require efficient search capabilities over large text datasets such as document stores, email clients, or any application with a search feature for textual data. The latest version of the full-text search module, FTS5, provides several improvements over its predecessors, including enhanced performance, more flexible querying syntax, and the ability to customize the tokenizer. Window functions are a powerful feature in SQL that allow users to perform calculations across a set of rows that are related to the current row. This is particularly useful for tasks that involve comparisons or aggregations across rows, such as calculating running totals, averages, or ranking data. SQLite's support for window functions, introduced in version 3.25.0, brings it in line with other major SQL databases, enabling more complex analytical queries. The JSON1 extension adds comprehensive JSON support to SQLite, allowing users to store, query, and manipulate JSON data directly within the database. This feature is invaluable for applications that use JSON for data interchange or need to store semi-structured data. With the JSON1 extension, users can store JSON data in its native format, use JSON functions to extract elements from JSON objects or arrays, transform data between JSON and tabular formats. There are two ways to start working with the system. You can integrate SQLite into your application by connecting it as a library to any programming language that supports it. The APIs used may vary between languages and frameworks. Some programming languages, such as Python, have built-in support for SQLite. SQLite is also included in operating systems like various mobile OS and Windows 10. SQLite 3 is a command-line utility for interacting with SQLite databases, provided by the developers of SQLite. It's available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Using SQLite 3, you can perform various database operations like creating, modifying, querying, or deleting tables and data. This utility is especially useful for those who prefer working with databases through a command-line interface. SQLite 3 allows you to write and execute SQL queries directly, interacting with the SQLite engine embedded in your application. It's a versatile tool for managing SQLite databases in a simple and efficient manner.